I changed the batteries to my motion sensing lights in the basement. Instead of using AA batteries, I am using a set of 18650s, two of them in parallel, and I made it easier to unplug it from the light itself so I can recharge the batteries when they run down. So I added two of these lights, one over here and then the other one over there. So when I walk down the stairs, the lights would come on by themselves. Of course, I have regular fluorescent tubes in the basement that I can flip the switch and then the lights would go on, but these motion sensing lights, they would come on by themselves and they run off batteries. So when you have a power outage or failure, you can always depend on these lights to go on and illuminate your basement. If equipment fail and you have a flood of water in the basement, you don't really want to have AC running until you fix your problem. So that's why I have these remote sensing or motion sensing battery lights. So okay, so here's my Duracell motion sensing light that I converted to using 18650 batteries. In the back here, these are the two compartments for the AA batteries. I soldered it to the positive. And then on the negative side, I use an alligator clip to the spring terminal because it's kind of difficult to solder a connection to the spring. So I just use the alligator clip. And then I drill a hole here to pass the positive and the negative wire. And I use a barrel connector connection here. And then this is the 2.1 millimeter barrel connector that I just plugged in to the connection here. And then this is the battery pack for the 18650. There are two of them in parallel. So nominally it gives out about 3.7 volt, and when they're charged it comes to about 4.2 volt, which is similar to the voltage of 3 AA batteries in series. So it works. And I use the case that came with the batteries. The batteries are inexpensive batteries, EBL. You get 10 of them for about $1.60 a piece. And when they are discharged to about 3 volt, I get about 1500 milliamps. Some people seem to get more, but when I use my IMAX charger to discharge it, I only get I use this here, I get about 1.5 amp. And when I discharge the batteries to 2.6 volt, I get about 2200 milliamps. So that's just my way of testing it. And they come in a case like this, so I figure, I'll use the existing case, and I just made a clip here. So I just hot glue the clip to the light, and then when I finish charging them. I just plug it back in. Okay, for those who are interested in using the protection chip to protect overcharging and discharging of the battery, this is it. This chip came from this LiPo battery, and there are 4 connections, 2 on the side, positive, negative, goes to the positive terminal of the 18650, negative go to the negative, and the 2 wires in the middle, also a positive and negative, are responsible for feeding the current into the batteries through the protection chip. And when you draw current from the batteries, those 2 wires are also used to convey the current. So those are the 2 wires that goes into my charging module here. And then I have a barrel connector spliced into the battery connections here. The charge comes from here, the USB, and then it goes from here to the battery. So I've drawn a diagram, and this will be in the video. You can pause the video and look at it, so maybe it'll be a bit more clear. This clip here I just got from a this is inkjet cartridge. This is a clip to protect the cartridge, so I just reuse it, and I have to slightly modify it. I just use a soldering iron to widen it slightly so that it would fit, and you just clip the thing in, plug it in, and then your light will be good for a few months.